Hello from Bugeye Guy. I want to show you what I think is one of the nicest project cars we've ever seen. Now, we've done about 300 Bugeyes. Around 270 of them have been sold here, and the rest have been projects we've worked on, maybe even more than 300. I've never seen one. This car is a little bit ratty cosmetically. The paint, if you haven't seen the photos, the paint is peeling in a bunch of places, and there's a little bit of surface rust there on the side of the nose from flex. But the main thing that if you want this car, what you're getting is an amazing, unrestored, dry, mostly original car. It's just remarkable. Normally, I mean, this is really nothing. This would all grind off and you'd have good metal there. It's surface rust. Normally these would be blistered and damaged. Normally this would be broken through, and there is a little bit, honestly, I know that looks like a problem, but it isn't. It's just a little bit of crud on the metal. So normally this inner liner gets rusted through, or even in this corner you'll get, okay, there it is. There's the biggest problem on the car, and that is just so small. That's a hole right in the corner. So there is some crud there, and that would get patched. A lot of times people leave those open so that they can drain, but you know, you look at the trunk floor on this car, I don't know if you can see that, but there's no rust there. Again, don't confuse the surface rust. There's a little bit of rust color here, but the thing is dry and very clean. Same here, just some surface rust that will all clean off. This whole fender bottom here is all remarkably nice. We even on restored cars will get blisters on these panels that are worse than what you see on this one that's mostly original. Nothing along here, nothing on the back here. This is a drain hole that's been doing its job, but I think the car was in in Arizona, California. This needs a tiny bit of work, this corner, but again, we're talking about such a minute part of the car. Normally we'll see blisters in here, and it has none of those. In the front of the rocker, again, this takes all the road dirt from the tire, but that's all nice. And then you look under the nose, this is probably it could be a flex crack or curbing, hitting something. Maybe there was no bumper at some point, but it's really nice. This whole chin piece, a lot of times they'll rust here, and there are no blisters in there because water can collect in there. And then you look at the frame rails. We've talked about this thing getting crushed from the floor jacks, so it has that. It's pretty minor, but that's just a mechanical issue, not a wear issue from people jacking it there. And you look at the floors, you have the original drain on the floor, the original sling plug here in the corner. You have no rust here. These would be the mounts for a right-hand drive gas pedal. And here's the left-hand drive gas pedal mounts. You see those two captive nuts. And the same thing in this corner. I mean, it's somewhat astonishing how well preserved this is. And of course, in the spring area, where a lot of people are concerned, rightfully so, you'll find issues all back here, but there's nothing to worry about. So this is a car that needs mechanical freshening. We did a lot. We didn't do everything. It's probably going to need shocks. We did put in new wheel cylinders so it would stop, and we drained the tank. This is the original fuel tank, and it's fine, but it had bad gas in it. And the reason this car came to a halt is that the clutch is broken. We were able to drive it, but it's not really working properly. The pressure plate is damaged. That's an original smooth case transmission, and this is not an original drain plug. So I'm not sure what went on with that, but it is holding oil. And the engine, it does smoke a little, but we haven't, it hasn't run in a very long time, so it's hard to know if that will clear up. So what you would be buying if you invest in this car is just an amazing foundation, and that is something that I wanted to share with you in this video. There is a little crack there on the nose at 12 o'clock in the wheel arch, right where the tip of the light is there, but that won't be hard to fix. That's pretty common on Bugeyes. And I don't see anything on that wheel arch that's an issue. And these rockers, again, here's the original drain hole. And the A-pillar here, same thing. It's just a little crusty here from water sitting on the paint and it delaminating. But that's really just on the surface of the sheet metal. So this is, if you look at these things a lot, you already know what I'm talking about. This is an amazing foundation, and that's what we have today from Bugeye.